I still, even after 15 years, I spend at least, I would say at least 2 to 3 hours every day learning something new.
Oh.
Whenever there is a disruption in technology, if you don't embrace it, those traditional businesses who did not adopt digital technologies may not have seen the upside. They may have survived in some form or the other.
Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of A Success in Dubai show. As you already know, our goal on this show is to bring to you the people and the experiences that will help you to achieve your goal while living in Dubai. Today's guest is a tech entrepreneur with 15 years of experience in cutting-edge technology and artificial intelligence. And he is also the founder and CEO of Ajaxus, and he has helped businesses across 5 continents of the world in providing them with sustainable and scalable solutions. And today he's here to share insights on how businesses can stay ahead in a world driven by artificial intelligence. So please help me welcome our guest for today, Maulik Bengali. Maulik, you're welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me here, Nike. Much appreciated. Looking forward to our conversation.
Sure. Thank you so much for coming. So first of all, I want to say it's a weekend, and I just want to say thank you so much for dedicating our time to come to the show, because I know maybe you could be some other places in the world, but you just choose to come and just have this conversation and share some insight with some of our guests. So I just want to say thank you for that.
Yeah, no, I'm glad to be here, to be honest. Always looking for an opportunity to have an interesting conversation. And I think we had some of those when we met, and I think we wanted to continue and have it on record. So why not?
Yeah, thank you so much. So I always like to begin by letting people know a little bit about some of the people I bring on the show. So if I will ask, like, who was Maulik, let's say a few years back, 10 years, 15 years back, who was Maulik?
Yeah, that's a deep question. I'm right now in my mid-30s. So I would say a few years ago in my 20s, I'm still a very driven man, but I was even more driven by financial success. In my 20s, I was very money-minded, not something that I'm proud of. But yeah, I had my reasons, humble beginnings. There were things that we did not see growing up that I wanted me and people around me to have ability to access, and that drove me. I did a lot of hard work, and I achieved the kind of financial success that I was looking for. But yeah, that definitely prompted more questions. Once you achieve something, it asks you more existential questions in terms of what is your definition of success. So I think I'm in that phase of my life where I am chasing that next frontier of success, which is not as money-minded as it was in my 20s, which is wider in its impact, in its goals and its ambitions. So that's where I'm at. I'm exploring that new definition of success right now. So compared to what I did in my 20s.
That is interesting. So what would that new definition of success look like?
It's mainly about giving, contributing to people around you. And I think you start with a very limited identity. While you just enter professional world, you just want to see success for yourself, for your immediate family. But I'm trying to expand that definition, how I build more meaningful relationships and try to contribute and uplift them. I think my 15 years of tech experience gives me a lot of ability to contribute to people around me. I think today, any success, whatever kind of success you are looking for, tech has a part to play in it, clearly. With AI, that part is going to be even more integral. And I think I want to use those skills that I have worked so hard to gather, to perfect, to be able to help not just my immediate family or people just very next to me, but I want to expand that circle and see how I can widen that impact as much as possible. So that's a new definition of success. that I'm chasing.
That is interesting. So, reason I really love what you're saying is that in your 20s, you had a definition of what success is.
Yeah.
It was all about the financial part of it, and you were driven really by the finance.
Yes.
But now you're driven by contribution.
Yes. See, money will remain a means to do something. I think for a lot of people that you're trying to contribute to their life, for them still financial success is a big thing. And to a certain extent, it's for me as well. I wouldn't say I'm completely off money, but it doesn't have to be driven by your own financial success. It has to be driven by how do you actually improve someone's life more holistically. If you're trying to help someone, or if you're trying to go into a conversation, it should not be about how am I going to get financial benefit out of it. If that's running back of your mind, then that kind of short-sightedness will hurt you.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But do you think the definition would change maybe in the next 10 years? If you're able to contribute meaningfully, do you think that definition will shift a little bit, maybe to something else?
It could become even more spiritual in nature. See, my goal is I am a software guy. So I think of myself or human beings also as software versions. You need to keep improving. You need to keep patch versions, release new things. So as long as you're improving little by little every day, eventually wherever you end up is going to be much better than where you are today. So that's the philosophy that I have, that if my future self is not going to be better than me, that I've done something wrong in between. So the definition of success will also have to evolve. It will widen further. The true spirituality is in making sure you consider everything part of yourself. I mean, the kind of world we live in, it takes a lot of practice to have that kind of mindset. But why not try?
Yeah, that is interesting. You said you're a tech guy, and
yeah.
And I just want to know, what was your inspiration from the beginning? Why did you decide to choose, okay, I want to get into tech?
Yeah.
Because I think 15 years ago, tech wasn't too much of a big thing. But why did you decide to start to pursue that career?
Well, in India, it was growing up very much. Rather, in India, it's like, I'm sure you must have heard the stereotype. You are given a career path when you are born, and it's either a doctor or an engineer. I was a fortunate one. I was not assigned one, but the options remain the same. Either you become a doctor or an engineer. So till my high school, I chased both the faculties, but eventually I was better at math, so I ended up taking engineering, and that's how I ended. And I scored well in entrance exams, so I chose computer engineering. Otherwise, sometimes people would choose chemical engineering, mechanical engineering, but they always end up in tech one way or the other. I was fortunate enough to go for computer engineering even during my studies. And I think I'm fortunate enough to have found my passion. When I entered computer engineering, it was very much a choice of a herd, not my choice. Like, everyone's going there, let's do this. You don't want to single yourself out. But I'm glad I found my passion in it. A lot of people that studied with me not necessarily are in tech today. I'm not saying they're not successful, just not in tech. But yeah, I think I'm glad that I'm in tech. Today also, I'm really passionate. I still, even after 15 years, I spend at least, I would say at least 2 to 3 hours every day learning something new. And that is not possible unless you are passionate about it. It's just not possible to have that. Whether it's a weekend or a weekday, on a weekend, I would spend even more on learning new things. So if every week is like you are spending good 10, 15 hours on learning new things in tech,
it means you're really passionate about it.
Yeah.
And what was the inspiration when you started Ajaxus?
Well, as I said, in 20s, I was very money-minded. So the inspiration to start Ajax, so out of my college, I got a placement at one of the MNCs, Tata Consultancy, if you have heard the name. Very soon I realized that the way I want success, the quick success I want, it's not going to be possible here. So I moved on. I did a couple of more jobs, one at a startup, very small setup, one at a mid-tier SME company. So between MNC startup and mid-tier, I sort of saw how things work at different places. And I was like, let me chart my own path. And so a lot of initial years of the company Ajax has been more about me having success, not company having success.
Oh.
And that's why I would say that even in Ajax's journey, the real growth started probably very much late 2018 to 2020. After I had my success at a personal level. And any business requires a lot of reinvestment to grow. But I was always just taking profits for myself, which didn't help company as much initially. So but I started mainly to satisfy my financial itch.
At
and
what
of course, I was
point?
passionate about tech, so that was another thing.
At what point did you realize that you were not giving back to the company?
I don't think I was taking anything back from the company. It did not have shortage of resources. I just did not have plans to exponentially grow it. I was not focused on exponentially growing it because it would require certain investments, which I was not willing to do it. By the way, my company is bootstrapped, so I never took an external investment, even today. We are 100 plus today and operating in India, UAE and US, but we are all bootstrapped. But again, at that initial stage, if I had probably taken some bold steps, then it would have been even bigger success today, in my opinion. But I wanted to keep more for myself, which of course, that was my priority at that time.
But is that something that you regret today? Like, do you regret not doing that?
I think of my past not in terms of regret, but in terms of what I need to correct today. So in one form you can say it's like I didn't do it, but it's more about what am I doing to correct that today. So I'm doing whatever is needed today to give company access to all the resources to grow, to have more ambitious plans, whatever reinvestment it requires. So I'm doing those things today. So that's how I see it.
Yeah, that is good. Let's talk a little bit about AI because I think AI is a very big thing
True.
these days.
True.
Where do you see AI in the next 5-10 years? Like, just give us an imagination of AI, what it would look like.
Yeah, sure. I think AI is, first of all, I must say it's as big as how we have invented a wheel. When human civilization invented a wheel and all the things that followed. Like if you see around us, imagine how many things had origins in invention of a wheel. Like I came in a car, invention of a wheel. And you'll see most of the things will trace back to that. So this is that big. First, we have to acknowledge that it is very big, what we have just accomplished as a species, as civilization. So it's a very big event. So, if I were to just do short-term analysis, as the NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang says that we started with Gen AI, where we are generative AI, we are generating a lot of content, answers, whether text, images, videos, but it's generative AI. The next frontier will be agentic AI, which surprisingly is already here, where now we have ability to generate. How do we put this ability to tasks, ability to do things? So agents have to do those things. And the third frontier will be robotic AI, where you start giving AI legs. It will move around in the world and it will do things for you. I would say right now we are very much exploring the initial parts of agentic AI, while we have not yet completely done the Gen AI. We are still exploring that as well. And agentic is something that we are starting. Robotic is, I think you'll see the examples of around the robotic AI as well. But it will take some time before it becomes mainstream. My best guess would be 2040 is when you'll see some examples of mainstream robotic AI. 2035 or 2040. Definitely not in next 10 years. Probably if there are some mainstream use cases that are more feasible, I would say they would be internal to the, like somebody using it within the house. but not outside in the world, because that brings a lot more responsibilities to put the self-driving cars you see we are chasing, since that's also a form of robotic AI. But yeah, it is taking us so much time, like to have a completely full self-driving car.
So what impact will maybe AI have on businesses? Because now I think many people are talking about losing their jobs, but I think some businesses are going to go out of business as well if they don't upgrade to maybe using AI or something. Will you agree to that? Or like, what is the impact of businesses that don't stay up to date with artificial intelligence?
Yeah, it's a disruption without a doubt. One of the biggest that we have seen in recent history. So disruption always has two sides to it. It's like a coin. The positive side is there will be new businesses who will challenge new frontiers and the incumbents. And the second side is that the incumbents or certain businesses who do not opt for upgrading will lose out.
They will lose out.
So it's a very healthy churn, I would say. Those who want to innovate, those who want to stay at the front, it's something I see in Dubai a lot. Like a lot of businesses keep talking about AI. They want to start early, have an edge. So anyone with that mindset will eventually catch up. So it's, as a business as well, it's more about mindset, whether you want to embrace the technology or you want to be fearful of it. Right? So yeah.
So every businesses need to adapt to the current
100%.
evolution of artificial intelligence.
100%. And I'll tell you where the maximum effort will go. The maximum effort will go in adoption of those tools by the employees or the people in the business. The tools are going to be out there, but business needs to figure out how to use them to create a competitive advantage. That's where we help as well, but that's something that businesses will have to really look into. Knowing that this tool exists and you are buying the license is not enough. You'll have to integrate it into your business workflows. You'll have to train your employees to use them well. And of course, there are other sides to it. You need to have guardrails, safety guardrails, privacy, compliance guardrails. So yeah, there are a lot of new processes, but if the differentiation is a must, then you'll have to adopt it and embrace it.
How secure is AI? Because I think nowadays there's a lot of insecurity online.
True.
Like I hear of a lot of hacking happening everywhere around the world, and some people are really scared of internet, which is something we cannot do without.
True.
So how secure is maybe artificial intelligence or some of these tools that are coming nowadays?
I think AI has not increased that threat, I would say. But since now more data is involved, there is a more larger surface area at play. So you're protecting larger set of data. That's why you think security is now more into picture. But AI has not really changed the problem at all from what it was 10 years ago to today. It's still about cloud security. And in this AI world as well, it's about cloud and data security the same way. It's just that now the data is so dispersed and so wide. And because of AI, the data is being collected in one place. So there is one single point of failure as well. If you end up hacking if a company has done a lot of work, like has collected data for 20 years and is going to build their own model on top of it, if another business gets access to it or it gets leaked, so they lose an advantage. So
they lose everything.
They lose a major advantage to the competitors. So the data security is more in focus because now it's not just about losing the data, it's just losing the business itself or losing the competitive advantage entirely for a significant period of time. So yeah.
And that is interesting. You also mentioned one thing. You mentioned that there are AI tools nowadays that companies need to use, need to learn how to use, not just buy the license. What are some of those tools that you think that every startup business in Dubai should try as much as possible to consider?
The answer has to definitely come from what are my business processes. Okay, there are some common tools. Of course, you will have these chat assistants who are very general purpose that I'm sure everyone already uses it. But more than that, it's like you have to look at your functions. What functions do my business have? Okay, I have a talent acquisition function. How is my talent acquisition team using AI to be able to do the same task? They have a very repetitive task. How are they doing it? How can they do it faster? If they want to do this faster, for example, you will see there are tools today like which can do automated calls. AI can talk to candidates, screen them, and then set up an interview. Even in the AI interviewers who can do the screening interviews, and then only a human will come into picture when they are trying to take a decision on their skills or core skills. So this is one function. Every function, this is a supporting function. So probably that may not be the highest priority. There may be core function to the business. About it, it may be about talking to a lot of consultative business. Consultative business needs to make sure they have they are using AI tools to capture all the context. They talk all day with the clients. They need to capture all the context, make sure that context is being passed on to all the members working on that project. So they are working with the same context and giving the solution without any mess. So I think it's an exercise where businesses will have to understand which functions are really important, what are their priorities, which function. They can't focus on all functions at once. It's just not going to be possible. So they'll have to pick their battles, and based on that prioritization, either build a team internally which is AI focused, or work with companies like us where we can help them have a strategy around how to implement AI in a systematic way and have a timeline of it.
So the first thing they need to do is they need to first of all define their business.
The business priorities, and where the maximum impact is in introducing AI. What basically you need to do a risk analysis, gap analysis and risk analysis of having these tools. So sometimes businesses identify an area where AI can have maximum impact, but it is, for example, in healthcare, AI can help significantly, but you must have a human in the loop because it's about someone's life and death. Second, data compliance issue. You cannot give any AI anyone's health records. There is a HIPAA compliance issue there. So there are these issues which businesses have to take into consideration to make sure that they are not taking upon more legal liabilities while they try to implement their AI solutions. So it does require more mature thinking and sit down planning, and then a structured rollout.
That is interesting. I think every business should try as much as possible to consider some of these factors. Now, let's talk a little bit about your business. I mean, you've been working around 5 continents around the globe. What would you say how will you say businesses these days is their approach? What is their approach to using AI and all of these? Like how do you see the influence of AI on businesses?
It's significant, for sure. I mean, I don't think there is any business out there who's not thinking of AI. They have already started thinking about AI. They may be at different stages in their journey. But I mean, anyone is like, I don't think you'll find anyone in Dubai who's not using ChatGPT or a similar tool, right? So if they are using it, of course, they use it for business purposes as well. But that's the most basic use case that you could ever have. Businesses have much more complicated use cases, complex use cases that you need to address. Now, different regions have different capability to invest in AI, correct? For example, if you were talking to in UAE or in US, North America, businesses have enough margins to be able to buy more licenses right away. If you talk to more East Asia side, businesses still do not have enough margins to be able to opt for licenses at that scale. Like today, I don't think MNC like TCS can just buy AI licenses for all their coders at once. They'll have to think more in terms of how do we make it more palatable on the balance sheet as well. So different regions have different talent, have different budgets, different capability to train, because as just buying and is not enough. Adoption is a bigger problem than buying licenses. So having budget, adoption, training, measuring the outcome, all these things require efforts, and then you have to keep adjusting it to a point where you reach an optimal state, and this is what really works for my business. So you need a lot of upfront cost, investment, human capital to be able to carry out this entire exercise. And that's the main difference we see in different regions, that different regions have different capacity to go at this in an aggressive way. Yeah.
What if there are some businesses that maybe due to their cost or something, they are not trying to consider AI? Do you think they will still survive in business for the next 5 years or something without considering AI?
Well, you are leaving it to the luck. Yeah, different industries will have different kind of adoption. If your industry is adopting slowly, maybe you will survive a little longer. But there is a clock running. You have to accept that. And that has been true even before AI. Whenever there is a disruption in technology, if you don't embrace it, for example, the same thing happened in internet. Those traditional businesses who did not adopt digital technologies may not have seen the upside. They may have survived in some form or the other, but could not have seen the upside that the other businesses who opted for digital channels saw, right? So the same with AI. It's just another disruption that businesses will have to embrace. And if they don't, they need to accept the clock.
That is interesting. Let's say there is someone that he has no business, but he wants to build a personal brand. What will be the impact of AI in personal branding?
So many, man. Like today, yesterday I was seeing how the latest VO3 model by Google, you can just give your image to the model and give a script and it will create the entire video for you. The content generation is really getting to the next level here. So personal brand, I think the challenge now with AI, the content generation is becoming so easy. The bigger challenge in personal brand is being authentic. How you remain authentic, because AI will generate content, but if the script is not yours, people will not look at it. If the lip sync is not working properly, people do not want to look at AI generated content unless it's a creative content. If I'm looking at you speaking, I want to make sure that I'm listening to you, what you have to say, not what AI thought you have to say, right? So that's going to be a key. You use AI tools to generate whatever you want, but make sure you keep it authentic. Like what you speak, what you put it out there, it's authentic in nature. It's your idea. Like you create a video, the vision is yours. You used AI to have that vision come to reality, but the script, the words, everything is you. And if you keep it authentic, your personal brand will be great.
So anyone trying to build a personal brand now should try to be more authentic.
Yeah. It was same earlier as well, but now it's even more important. It's easy to get lost into possibilities of just generating as much as you can while you lose the authenticity. And that will hurt the personal brand, in my opinion.
That is interesting.
We could generate this podcast using AI.
Oh, really?
Potentially, of course. Like as I said, that if you just give an image to VO3 model, it generates and script, it will create the entire video around it. But we are sitting here, we are trying to have a conversation. There is some authenticity to it.
That is really interesting.